Hello, I'm Prometea, you're watching Tyrannosaurus Girl, and today I'm telling you about my recent trip to Uruguay and some other changes in my life. First of all, I'm really sorry that I've been away from YouTube. Actually, I haven't been shooting videos for a while. The last few videos that I uploaded were shot back in December because I knew that I was going to be unable to shoot for a while due to a couple of different things. First, because I went to Uruguay for a few weeks during the holidays, and also because I moved. As you may notice that the background looks different. That's because I'm at a new place right now and I'm still getting used to shooting in this completely different space that is kind of more limited in a few ways, but it's better for me in others. And after I got back from Uruguay, I was really busy, then I got really sick, and then busy again. And as you can hear, I have a cold right now, but I didn't want to spend more time without uploading any more videos for you, especially because the channels have been growing like crazy. You may not know this, but I actually upload the content in 3 languages in 3 different channels, and we are getting very close to 400 subscribers between the 3 channels, which is it's insane for me, and I really want to thank all of you for your continued support. But well, the thing is that in December I had to move out from the place where I was living back then, and I got myself a room in an apartment in the city, which is more convenient in many ways, although I don't have that beautiful forest right outside the door as I used to. And 2 days after moving, I had my flight to Uruguay to spend the holidays with my parents and the rest of my family, and especially to be present for my grandfather's 100th birthday. Yes, he's 100 years old and he's still going. The trip was stressful in a lot of ways. I was very nervous about it, about returning to Uruguay in general, which is not trans-friendly at all, and also about meeting a big part of my family and the extended family that I haven't seen for a long time, a lot of them from before my transition, and even years before my transition. And let me tell you that this was in a particularly conservative area of Uruguay, and a lot of them are also very religious, so I was really nervous about that, but it went wonderfully well. I wasn't too thrilled about being in Uruguay in general. During the time that I was staying with my parents in Montevideo, the capital city, I didn't feel like leaving the house a lot, really, but especially meeting the family was very nice. My grandparents, being 95 and 100 years old, were amazing. I haven't seen them since before my transition because, well, I came out to them via letter and the response was positive. They said that even though they didn't really understand this, they will still love me and support me, but my mother didn't want me to see them because she was nervous, without going into detail about my grandfather especially possibly being mean to me in a way, and that didn't happen at all. On the contrary, we stayed in Salto, the city where they live, for a few days, and we visit them every one of those days, of course. We would go in the morning and then maybe go have lunch and go back in the afternoon, something like that. And one of these times he called me by my old name, and I kind of brushed it off, really, because he's 100 years old after all. And well, he talked with my mother later, and he told her that he was really upset about that, and because he felt that he had made me upset because I didn't say goodbye when we left for the hotel that morning. And I did say, just that, I don't know, he doesn't see that well anymore, and I think that some people had just come. He had had a couple of interviews with some local TV stations, so in that mess, maybe he didn't realize that I had said goodbye. But the thing is that he was really apologetic about it, and that was really nice. And then with my grandmother also, she also doesn't see very well. One of the days that I got to their place, one of my cousins was sitting next to her, holding her hand, and I went and I said hi and I gave her a kiss, and then I sat down on a chair over there and I heard her asking my cousin if it had been me, but she used my old name as well. And my cousin simply said yes. And then she said there. She corrected herself on her own, and that really means a lot when you think how old they are, you know. And well, the party was great. They really enjoyed it. We had some friends of the family performing for them. It was really amazing, a really great celebration of their life, of both of their lives, and everything that they have given to us over the years. Other than that, I practically only went out a couple of times to meet actually one of you, a really special person that I'm really grateful for having in my life now. Well, one of the reasons that I had to get so busy when I got back here is that I got this letter, which probably you can't really read with this light, but those of you that follow me on Facebook already know about it, but it's my name change. At least here in Sweden, they recognize my name change. So I had to get a new ID and a new passport and change my name on my bank account and all of that. So that really took a lot of running around to different places, to different offices to do all of that paperwork. But I'm so happy to have it done. I still cannot change my gender marker. That takes a different process that needs to be authorized by doctors, and I have my appointment for March 21st to begin that process. They have to diagnose me as trans here, but well, it's finally happening. When they do that, that will allow me to begin all of the treatment that I'm going to take for my transition. So as I said before, I moved to this apartment in the city, which is really nice. I share it with 3 other wonderful people, but it makes it difficult to shoot also because one of them is a mother of 3 and the kids are in the house every other week, and kids are kids, they make noise, and there is no particularly good isolation here, so that means that in the week that we have the children I cannot shoot, so I'm shooting a few videos today to like have a buffer, and I know that I will have to do that, but also the room is kind of small for the lights that I use, so I need to get some alternative. I will probably need to upgrade my lights because it's kind of unwieldy to have them around, and they are not that easy to put up and take apart. It does take a lot of work, so better take advantage whenever I do it. But anyway, living here is kind of more convenient for me because I'm like only 10 minutes away from the center, so it's really convenient because, you know, the other house was not really that far away, but with the low frequency of buses it was enough that if you had to go back there and then come back to the city later in the day, you kind of thought twice about it. And now I have the freedom of not having to worry about that. And I'm also really close from the university. I started taking a different Swedish course now as the one that I was taking. This one is at the university. It is more focused on academical language, because as some of you may remember, I'm considering starting going to the university soon to start either psychology or medicine with the goal of studying psychiatry later. So I need to do this course for that, and it is a challenge, really. It has shocked me in a way because the other students speak Swedish so much better than I do, and it does make me feel anxious. I don't know if I'm up to it. I struggle with some of the subjects. Some of them are really easy, but some of them are quite a challenge for me. Like there's some about academic writing, essays and promemoriums and that type of stuff. And I have never done that in my life. I'm 34 years old, and this is the first time that I stepped foot in a university, and in high school I didn't need to do all of those things because I studied engineering. So it's a completely different area of knowledge. So, well, I'm struggling a bit. But, well, I hope that I will be able to overcome it. And well, that's a bit of what has been going on with me these last few months. And I wanted to ask you guys something, because for a while I have been thinking about doing a different kind of video also, not as a replacement of this, rather as an addition, something else to have in my channel, and that would be a vlog, like a proper vlog, you know, like I have this on a playlist that's called vlog, but I don't mean the talking head type of vlog, but like walking around and showing you highlights of my week or my day or something like that. So I was wondering if you would be interested in watching those type of videos if I made them, and if I did, if you would prefer to watch them in English or in a different language with subtitles, because as I said, I make these videos on 3 different languages: Portuguese, Spanish, and English. That means that I have to shoot everything 3 times, but of course for a vlog that's not practical, so I would have to choose. So what do you think about that? Let me know here in the comments. Also, here in the new apartment, in the new room, I've set up my workstation here and I have an assistant, but I haven't decided on a name yet, so I thought that I would ask you for ideas. What do you think should be their name? Tell me in the comments also. Tell me also about any questions or any subjects that you would like me to discuss in future videos, and well, see you next week. Bye bye! Hey, just one thing before I go. As you may know, YouTube has recently changed how it notifies subscribers of new videos. So if you're subscribed to my channel and you want to be notified whenever I post a new video, please go to my channel page and next to the subscribe button, click on the bell and make sure that this option is checked and then click save. That way you'll be notified when I post a new video. Thank you!